Okay, this is the February 2017 reading for Capricorn. Happy Valentine's Day, Capricorn. I'll get right into it. We have 13 death as your immediate. So for the dating Capricorns, I feel like you may have had a situation here where you had an ending, a transition into another relationship. There's a couple in the background, so there's been an ending of sorts. What's crossing you is the Six of Wands, so basically going after what you want. I feel like there might have been an ending because you were wanting to go after something that you want instead of whatever is in the past there. I don't know, but yeah, your challenge is to go after what you want. So it seems like there's a bit of a barrier. I don't feel any heavy trauma into this death card. I feel like it's just, okay, this is what it is. And then going into what you want, I feel like there's a bit of a barrier there for some reason. There's something blocking you. So it's a bit of a challenge to go after what you want. What is on your mind? We have the Ace of Pentacles, so that's grounded energy. That's really being in a solid foundation, a solid new beginning. So there's definitely a new beginning here, or thoughts of one in that person's mind. I mean, male or female, there's thoughts of a new relationship, something that's firm and the Ace of Pentacles is just, to me, the most solid, grounded, foundational relationship that you can have. So really thinking of a solid foundation in that way, I think, is what's paramount on Capricorn's mind. The energy that's passing away is the Ten of Wands. Now, I don't know, other people read differently, but the Ten of Wands, this card to me, I see these two and they're kind of like, like they just don't have time to even undress. They're just going at each other. So it's like these little fits of opportunity, being an opportunist and just going and getting things, but not necessarily in a long-term or foundational manner. So with that energy passing away, it seems like you're coming from a center of, getting what you can when you can, to actually wanting something more secure and foundational, something that's more grounded in a long-term commitment. I mean, this is kind of a transition. So that's a good card to have in the passing, really. What you're coming into, there's the Queen of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups, which is a water sign. There may be a water sign that you're going towards here. So it's Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So that kind of energy, which is like, intuitive and sensitive, emotional, kind of more of a nurturing energy is what I'm getting. So that's what you're really going to be headed towards here in the future. And if not in a mindful way, it's going to be coming at you. And in your distant future, we have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords in the regular deck is like the Nightmare card. And this, I don't know, I feel like depending on the cards around, it can be taken either way. We have this woman who's kind of just, her eyes are closed and she's being like absorbed, by this man, and then there's a black cat in the way. So it's like it could have an ominous feeling to it, but I don't feel that is the case here, although we have the devil kind of influencing that. So there may be a situation where some of these Capricorns are getting into a frame of mind in the sexual manner with whoever's coming forward here, that they might have to watch their overindulgence abilities. And this is just strictly in sex I'm talking here. It's like, you just want and you just can't get enough, that kind of thing. That's kind of the sense I'm getting from this card, is like, be wary of that, because it's just going to kind of really overindulge you in your mind, and then physically you're going to go outward in that way. So beware of that. Now, what's along your path here is the devil. So that is kind of amping up this darkness of this card. And I mean that in a way that you just don't feel like you're in control, like you're letting your addictions get to you. And you may have a sexual addiction that is, somewhat being played into here. Now we have the Knave of Chalices, and that is a jealousy card, and you have that in there. It's just amping up that there's a little bit of, there's a lot of jealousy that's coming from your energy. So whether you go in this direction of this new partner, you have to watch your jealousy, because that is really going to get the best of you. And I feel like it is going to get the best of you. And it's funny because I have the Empress card here. So it's like that is really amping up these energies. They kind of, it's amping each other up. And then I think that is the reason, is because you're seeing this woman or this man full on in their energies, and you're going, yeah, that's really what I want. That's what I crave. And, you know, and then getting caught up in other things. Now, the end result card is the King of Chalices, which is good to lay the ending on, because you have the Empress who you know, with the sexual prowess, all of that. And you could even be going through a bit of that yourself. You could be feeling, you know, sexually potent. So this person may bring that out in you. You may have a situation of that, but watch your jealousy issues, because you're seeing it in that other person, male or female. You're seeing it, and therefore it's causing you to be on guard against others. And I think you just have to relax in that, because I feel like this person, whoever it is, they're going to be more, I don't want to say focused on you, but I want to say relaxed into your energy. Like, yeah, this is, you know, this is going to be a good thing. So whether you're partnered or not, I mean, a lot of these, I feel a sense with the Capricorns, there's an ending here. So it may have been, you know, like an ending to sex if you're coupled. You know, you're just having a situation where you're just not wanting sex or wanting to express yourself sexually. So I feel like that would be the coupled scenario there. And going after what you want is to maybe show a little, give a little effort in that way. And then in the coupled areas, I think too, the Ace of Pentacles is just like, you know, you're solid. You know that everything's good. It's just you're kind of, you know, in flux with the sexual side of things. You're not really knowing how to float here. You're not feeling it. So, you know, and I feel like naturally the process will come. I feel like if you're a male Capricorn, the female will come, you know, your partner will come to you in a natural way that will bring about, you know, and maybe even to a degree where they'll bring it up and you just can't, you know, it's like, okay, I want it all the time, I can't control myself, you know, that kind of thing. So be aware of that if you're in a partnered. And if you're a female in a partnered relationship, I think that your partner is really going to bring out those abilities within you, you know, the softer side, the watery kind of emotions, and you'll just kind of flow within that. And again, be careful of the jealousy issues. You know, it's like you're blossoming into this great physical thing that you haven't had for a while, and it can turn into a little bit of a monster. But it ends up with the King of Cups, so it's kind of saying, you know, just, you know, be open and emotional about it. Let your emotions go through, and maybe a little bit of communication there as to what, but I feel like naturally it's going to just kind of go in the right direction. Just may get out of whack for a while. You just maybe a little bit of a physical frenzy going on, and you just absorbing that as the time goes. So just watch. The devil's going to kind of rear its head there with some jealousy, but it's almost like these females are going to kind of temper it down, and eventually it'll work into the right mode where you're not getting out of control with things. It's just a little blip there where you just physicality gets out of control. So it's good. It's like a flare up of energy that has been lost, you know, within these Capricorns. So it's a good thought. It's yeah, definitely they're wanting to be more grounded and solid, and maybe have had a situation where they've just up to this immediate point in February here where they're just not, you know, things are just not getting any, or they're just not having any, or, you know, for the singles been or dating, been at the end of in a relationship. So the clarification card for Capricorns for February. says, be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true, pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So, Cappies, you just have to be you. You have to be the most you that you have been, and if you don't know what that is, you need to find out what it is. And sexually, I think that basically is a warning to say, you know, because of the jealousy thing, I'm feeling that some of these Capricorns are not understanding their own power in the sexual side of things. I don't think they understand how much their partner can appreciate that, I think. Or even unpartnered. What is it that I'm giving off here? So being authentic is just, don't try to be someone you're not to impress, because it may be a turn off to that person that is attracted to you. Because if you're trying to be someone else, they're like, no, that's not what I signed on for. This is what I want. I want you and the real you and that kind of thing. So that is really what I'm getting here, is being authentic and more of who you are. But just watch your, I was going to say your temper, but watch your jealousy issues. Because I feel like in the flux of this, you know, physical burst that's kind of come on the scene, where it can go out of hand, I feel like there's a charge of, like, you know, keeping others at bay. So be careful of that, because that could get you into trouble. But I feel like there's either the feminine side, like to these male Capricorns, I feel like the feminine side is going to kind of tamper that. It's coming between, and it's going to, you know, help you work that through. And if you're a female working with males, I feel like there's some kind of realization within you that you bring forward, and it just kind of smooths things over. So, yeah, an interesting reading. It seems like there's a bit of an energy surge over February, and maybe even Valentine's Day. And you got to watch to keep it in balance, keep it in play, and be authentic to who you are. And I think you'll be okay. Yeah, so that is the February reading for Capricorns for 2017. Happy Valentine's Day, Cappies. And take care, have fun, and be kind.